Hello YouTube. I would like to read a Bible verse before I get started with this real quick. And I'm going to talk about Donald Trump and Kim Davis. Okay. Let every soul be subject to the government authorities, for there is no God, and the authorities that exist are appointed by God. Therefore, whoever resists the authority resist the ordinance of God, and those who resist will bring judgment on themselves. For rulers are not there or terror to good works, but to evil. Do you want to be unafraid of the authority? Do what is good, and you will have praise from the same. That is Romans chapter 13. And I read it all the way from verse 1 to verse 3. Remember, that is Romans chapter 13. Now, I'm not going to read the entire thing because I'm a slow reader. But what it does say is that you should obey the law of the land. And really, that's the thing. That's the thing I'm here to talk about. Obeying the law of the land. Kim Davis did not obey the law of the land. Kim Davis disobeyed the Supreme Court. She got arrested. She went to prison or jail. But yeah, she disobeyed God's authority. She disobeyed the law. God put the Supreme Court in charge for a reason, and she disobeyed them. She disobeyed God's law. And really, Romans 13 even says that if you disobey authority, you will have punishment. You will have punishment if you disobey authority. Kim Davis went to jail because she disobeyed God's authority. She disobeyed God's authority, and yet you stupid Christians want to make stuff happen like, oh, she followed her religious belief. She committed adultery. Alright, she committed adultery. That is not right. You cannot just be forgiven for adultery. You would have to marry your first spouse if you want to be forgiven for adultery. You can't just pray to God and say, oh God, let me be forgiven for adultery. Because really, if you do that, you would have to let the same-sex marriages, let them be forgiven. And yet, you're not going to do that kind of stuff, which makes you a hypocrite. Now, Donald Trump has probably gotten some problems with this when he said that she should obey the law of the land. Now, if you have a problem with Donald Trump saying that, and you're a Christian, then you're pretty much having a problem with him quoting the Bible. You're having a problem with him quoting the Bible, and yet you claim to be a Christian? Like, really? Like, oh, Donald Trump, no, don't say that kind of stuff. It's not true. She had all authority. She had God's authority, you know. I haven't read the Bible, but, you know, yeah. I know the Bible very well. I've only read a few passages of the Bible, but I know it very well. That's the thing. That's what you're doing. That's what you're doing. That is what you're doing. If you don't support Donald Trump for saying that she should obey the law of the land, if you support Ted Cruz for his belief on Kim Davis, then you're obviously a hypocrite because he's not a true Christian. Donald Trump is a better Christian than Ted Cruz. Obviously. Donald Trump obeys the law of the land. Donald Trump reads the Bible better than Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz has lied. Alright, I've noticed Ted Cruz has lied before. And yet he claims not to lie, which is a lie. Like, really, Ted Cruz? Like, he always lies about the Democrats. Like, he always lies about the Democrats to make him look bad. Like, oh, they want to repeal the First Amendment. You're getting it all wrong. You're getting it twisted up. You're making a completely different story. And that is a lie. That right there, that's a lie. And look at these lukewarm Christians who are all like, yeah, Ted Cruz. You're not a true Christian if you support Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz is a liar. Alright? Ted Cruz is a liar. And a sinner. He cuts his hair. Alright, the Bible tells you, don't cut the hair on your head. That's from the Old Testament. Who cares? Alright? You should obey the New and the Old Testament. Alright? You should obey those laws. Don't cut the hair on your head. Donald Trump at least has hair like a Christian. Ted Cruz, he just has, like, stumpy old hair, you know? Like, what type of hair is that with Ted Cruz? You call yourself a Christian? You call yourself a true Christian? You were born in Canada, alright? You were born in Canada. You think you're going to be president? You think you're going to be president if you're going to be born in Canada? Huh? Like, really? How can you be president and be born in Canada? And yet complain that Obama is not born in the United States. Like the people who support Ted Cruz probably argued on the fact that Obama wasn't a natural born citizen. That's the thing. Ted Cruz is a natural born citizen and you still love him. Kim Davis, you're going to hell. That's for sure.